Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about three topics. NIO stock price prediction, where I think in 2021 NIO price would be. Second, an ETF that in the last 6 years, if you had invested just $500 a month, would have given you 500% returns. And I'm going to talk about stock market prediction. Is it going to crash, or there is going to be a small pullback? With that said, let's get started. There are few catalysts that are waiting to happen for NIO. NIO is expected to announce on the 9th of January 2021 its annual day, which is very similar to the Tesla battery day. They are scheduled to announce new models, especially a sedan. In addition, they are about to introduce a larger battery, which is 150 kilowatt. I think currently their maximum battery size is 98 kilowatts. I might be wrong on this, but please correct me in the comment section. What is the maximum battery size that they support right now? In addition, they are going to introduce advances to their autonomous driving technology, which takes it towards their goal for robotaxis in China. These, I think, would be the catalysts that are waiting to happen. And as soon as they happen, in a day or two, NIO stock will jump up. Now let's look at what NIO has achieved in 2020 versus 2019. When in 2019, they had a lot of troubles with their finances, they did not have many vehicle deliveries. They have surpassed all those challenges, and in 2020, they have achieved in Q2, the deliveries jumped by 191% year over year. In Q3, again, the deliveries jumped 154%. And in Q4 so far, new deliveries have far more doubled as compared to 2019. Now, CEO William Lee has said that his goal is to achieve annual production capacity of 150,000 vehicles by the end of 2021. Now, if you compare 2021 with 2019 and 2020, in 2019 they had near 20,000 vehicle deliveries, a little over those. In 2020, they have achieved approximately 50,000 to 60,000 vehicle deliveries. And in 2021, even if they achieve 80% of the vehicle deliveries, it would still be almost doubling of what they have achieved in 2020, which is a very good catalyst. Another thing that I want to discuss is their earnings. Whatever was estimated for NIO, they have easily beaten those estimates based on what NIO has achieved so far this year, and also based on its earnings and the news that they gave out for November in terms of deliveries. This stock is currently undervalued. Now, if we were to look at the technical indicators, we can clearly see that the RSI for NIO is trending at its all-time lows, which is approximately 52. It usually trends upwards of 70. And anytime that the RSI has trended below 60, it's not for a very long time. Stochastic are trending lower. I think NIO currently will experience some volatility until the annual day, and it will trend sideways. So what I would recommend, and this is something that I'm doing myself, I'll buy the NIO stock anytime that it dips below 46, 45, 44. My price prediction for this stock is by the end of 2021, we can easily see this stock hitting at least 110 to 125. Now, Let's look at the ETF that would have given you 500% returns. TQQQ. What is this ETF? It's a ProShares Ultra Pro QQQ. Now, I'll first explain my methodology of investing in an ETF. I usually invest in ETFs through dollar cost averaging. And dollar cost averaging, at the crux of it, means that every month you set aside an amount and you keep investing that amount, for example, $500 a month, and you keep investing that amount every month, regardless of whether the market is going up or going down. I look for ETFs that give consistent return and growth, not had any reverse splits. Reverse splits are like smoking mirrors. You don't want to invest in any of the ETFs or stocks that keep doing reverse splits. Now, reverse splits is a different subject altogether. If you want me to make a video on that, feel free to leave comments. I primarily focus on technology sector. I focus on hyper growth ETFs and what is my risk versus reward ratio. Now, many would argue that TQQ is a leveraged ETF. And there would be trolls who would be calling me out and say, you never invest in a leverage ETF. They're only for day traders. You only hold them for a day. Bear with me. I'm going to show you that they are absolutely wrong. I have data that if you had invested in this ETF for last 12 years, which is pretty much investing in the NASDAQ 100, and what you're saying is, I want 3 times returns of whatever the returns NASDAQ 100 gave, your money would have multiplied exponentially. If you want me to show you a chart showing what this ETF would have done if you had invested in the last 12 years, please leave your comments. While investing in ETFs, I also look at what the past performance is. Also, one of the criteria that I look for ETFs is that I need to have minimum 3 years of data so that I can invest in those ETFs. Now, if you had invested in this ETF 6 years ago with a total value of 37,500, which is for the last 75 months, so a little over 6 years, but the data holds true even if you did for exactly 6 years. If you had invested for 75 months, $500 a month, which totals to 37,500, your total value today would stand at $210,633, which is a gain of $173,133, a gain of 462%. Isn't it mind-boggling? Now, I understand that there are times when this ETF drops in value. So when you're investing in this ETF, you have to look at the forest and not the trees. You want to invest, you want to understand the investment, and you want to hold long term. People who have invested in Tesla, Apple and Tesla have gone down far more than this, has seen far more drops than this ETF. But people who got scared and came out of it are now regretting that. So similarly, if you want to make real gains, you want to keep investing and be invested. This ETF saw a drop of, in this right around 5-year mark, this ETF lost approximately half of its value, but it made a very quick recovery and it recovered, made far more money. Like the regular market where everything dropped, this ETF dropped as well, but it made a very quick recovery. Now, we have to understand with the 3x bull ETF that if the NASDAQ 100 goes up by 100 points, or let's not use points, let's use percentage terms. If it goes up by 1%, you should expect this ETF to give you returns in excess of 2.5%. Usually they say that it's 3x, but it's not 100% 3x. It's 2.5 to 2.7%. Now, when the NASDAQ 100 drops by 100 points or 1%, this ETF will drop by 2.5 to 2.7%. So you have to bear that in mind, that if the NASDAQ drops by 1%, you should expect this to drop almost 3 times. But that is not to worry. When we look at the data, it tells us that this ETF is a strong ETF and it has not had any reverse splits. It has given you consistent returns and growth. So this is our ETF in focus today. Please leave your comments. What do you think? If you ask me, I am giving it a thumbs up and I'm investing in this ETF. Moving on to my stock market prediction. I know there are many people who are talking about a stock market correction or a crash in the near future. There are so many theories coming around. Oh, the market is bloated. If you look at the Warren Buffett indicator, there is no way that this market can keep going up. Yada, yada, yada. Well, here's what I think. Look at the forest. Don't look at the tree. This is all noise. Cut out the noise. I think, if anything, the market is going to go up from here. Yes, there will be a correction. There will be a pullback of 10 to 15%. I like to see that as a buying opportunity. So what do I advise or recommend, or what is it that I'm doing? With the knowledge that, yes, the market will eventually go up, and I expect the S&P 500 to close at 4,400 by the end of 2021. What do you think with the amount of liquidity that has been given out or is in the market, with the Fed easing, with the Fed buying $80 billion every month of bonds? What is going to happen with all the liquidity in the market? It's when the markets realize that CV19 is behind us, which with the vaccine rollout, I expect that to happen. The road is not going to be straightforward, but what I think, it's going to recover. And by the end of 2021, we can expect the S&P 500 to be at least at 4,400. Now, with that said, it's not going to be a straight line up. There will be pullbacks, 10%, 15%, or it could even be for 20%. I advise, keep some powder, cash, at least 10% of your portfolio in cash, so that whenever there is a drop, you pounce on it. You buy as much as you can. You average down your cost. So the ETF that I told you, it's going to go, if it goes down, you buy more. This is how you will get far better returns than if you had invested in SPY or in Vanguard ETF. So my last piece is, look at the forest when you're investing. Don't look at the trees. What's your end goal? You want to be financially independent. And there are few ways in which you can be financially independent by not investing a lot. As we saw with the ETF, if you had invested just $500 a month, it would have given you 500% returns. You could use that money to fund your kids' college, use it as a down payment, or even buy a house. Keep the conviction and keep investing. The stock market is a good money generator, a wealth creator, and you want to be invested in it. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button. Also, hit the notification button so whenever I create a next video, you get notified. Also, please consider sharing this video with your friends, family. I want to make a disclosure. This is my first attempt at making a video. I'm very new to YouTube, but I have been investing in the stock market for the last 15 years, and I have made some good returns, and I want to share that with my fellow YouTubers so that they can learn, gain, and also help me improve in my journey towards financial independence. If you experience any technical difficulties, please bear with me. I'm improving day by day. Leave your comments on what you think on the points that we discussed today. I would sincerely appreciate your feedback. Thank you. Bye-bye.